the town. It's open just on the weekend from Friday to Sunday. Well, this is the main street of the city, the main road of the city. The name of this street in Spanish is la Travesada. Travesada in English means like across the street, like a crossway.
Yeah.
A lot of this street used to live the first wealthier families of Nicaragua and the first presidents of Nicaragua. So this city, this colonial city is the oldest Spanish colonial city in mainland America. It was founded in 1524 by Francisco Hernández de Córdoba. So he was original from Spain and he was the founder of the first colonial cities in Nicaragua. He founded Granada and then he founded León. León is situated all the way over there in the north of Nicaragua, 139 kilometers from here. Now the population is growing. The city is growing. You know, the size of the city is 592.07 square kilometers. It's one of the smaller cities on the Pacific side of Nicaragua. The population is 162,000 people. 85% Catholic. The rest of the people, the 25, is divided between evangelicals, Mormons, and Jehovah's Witnesses. This month, the next month, this is the poetry part of the city. Every year in Granada we celebrate a National Poetry Festival. The festival starts from February 17 to February 24 in 4 weeks. This week we have a lot of poets that come from all over the world to read their poetry in their own languages. In the middle of the festival we have a poet's homage. So this building is neoclassic. It was restored 10 years ago, but when they did the restoration, they changed the roof. The roof was very colonial roof, like with tile roof and cane and cedar wood and everything. So now it's with this kind of material. This building, all this building is a company, it's a industry. This is Salteva Park right here. The name of Salteva come from the side of Granada, ordered by Walker. And next to the church is the priest home. Inside of the church still exists the catacombs. Do you know the catacombs on the ground? Mm-hmm. So it's like a prison on the ground with the Spanish conquer. When the Indians, they not accept the Catholic religion, they talk the indigenous to the catacombs, the churches, and then convert them to the Catholic religion. Mm. And sometime when and that time, long time ago, in time of the conquerors, if you were indigenous, if you don't want to serve it to the king, if you don't want to do the Catholic stuff, they take you like a slave. Mm. That's why we don't have indigenous on the Pacific side of Nicaragua.
Wow.
On the Pacific side of Nicaragua, we don't have indigenous because the Spanish conquered, they make a slavery. And also we have a lot of pirates, the English pirates. For example, the Captain Morgan came in 1665. We have a pirate from 1600 to 1700 because the Lake Nicaragua has a natural canal. The canal goes to the river. The river the name is St. John River. And the river got to the Caribbean Sea, and they came up on the river, and they came to Granada by the lake to steal the gold from the churches, to grab the indigenous like slavery and everything.
Wow.
To sack the
city.
To sack the city. So that's why we don't have indigenous on the Pacific side. From 19th century, we don't have indigenous in Nicaragua on the Pacific side. And or indigenous, they were Aztec descent, but with different names. So when I talk about different names, that we have in different areas, in different part of Nicaragua, different tribes with different names. Example, Salteva here, Telpetate in the north of the city, Chorotegas, all these kind of indigenous. So Nicaragua is the biggest country in Central America. The size of Nicaragua is 133,373.47 square kilometers. Almost 7 million people live in Nicaragua. Is the population. The 5% are indigenous. But what are these indigenous? On the Caribbean side. We have 3 different tribes on the Caribbean side. The Miskitos, they speak Miskitos. Sumos, they speak like a Patois. And Brahmas. That is a little bit strange, the language of these guys. So we don't have indigenous, just a mixed population on the Pacific side of Nicaragua.
Interesting.
This is a Salesianos school. Do you know the Salesianos, the Sicilian congregation? The Sicilian congregation, they came from Italy in 1900. It's one of the Catholic congregation that we have still in Granada. Also, we have a Jesuit. You know the Jesuit, right?
Yeah.
The Pope that we have now, Francis, is a Jesuit.
Right.
He's from Argentina. So he's like the soccer.
You like soccer?
He likes soccer. So this is the Neo-Gothic church. Is the only one like that in the city. Was making 1912 by the same Catholic congregation Sicilian. This Catholic congregation in 1913 also they founded a Catholic school for boys separates of the girls. That used to be a boys school, but it's not anymore because 15 or 12 years ago they changed it. So it still is in service. All these Catholic churches, the people use for the daily mass 6 in the morning to 6:40 because it's half an hour. But in every Sunday we have the mass that is 1 hour mass. Also when we have a funeral and we are very traditional like in New Orleans. We have our funeral carriage. Rich and poor people go in the same carriage. The people walk behind the carriage. If you are Catholic, I already told you the 85%, so they take you to the ceremony and the church. So you have to get a donation for the ceremony to the priest when it's a special like funeral. So you go to the church and then they have to go to the cemetery. They go to the cemetery walking, and the people, the guy who's driving the horses use a dress like a net, white and black, and the people decorate the carriage with the flowers. The people walk behind the carriage and go slow. It's like a procession. That's our funeral. The students, they start the march from here, and they go marching all the way down to the Central Plaza, to the Independence Plaza. When they go to the Independence Plaza, and they are over there, very organized, all the students, the line, all the students, different schools.